G'day folks, it's Cortezerino. Today I'm going to show you how to build this Japanese temple, and there'll be a world download in the description. Now if you're thinking, well, that kind of looks a little bit complex, I don't know if I want to build that, well just look behind the roofs for a moment and you'll see that this building is just a big rectangle. It will take you no time at all to build. But even if the design itself is very easy, in survival it can be a little bit tricky just because of the weird blocks we use in this design. So it's mostly acacia wood, but you will need a bunch of somewhat hard things to get. So we need a fair bit of chiseled quartz, dark prismarine bone blocks, mushroom blocks, the red ones with the spotty bits on them. We'll have some kelp blocks, some red sandstone walls, and you'll also need cakes. So it has many very weird materials in it. But what I'd suggest, guys, if one of those things is going to be just too hard for you to get, then just change the block, use something else and customize the build. And in the spirit of customizing the build, I'm just going to do a very simple platform for this building to stand on. And what I recommend you do is not necessarily use the materials I'm using, but look at the other buildings you have around this building and use the same materials you've used there, and that will help tie this temple into the rest of your world. So to begin, you want to make a 7x7 square, and I'm using sandstone here, but you could use things like stripped birch logs or stripped oak, or you could even use scaffolding. That makes a nice Japanese floor. And the next thing you want to do is build another square around that one. And what we're doing is we're just coming out 3 blocks on each side. And I'm just using andesite here. But if you've used stone brick in all your other builds, then by all means use stone brick. Now this building doesn't really have a front or a back. I tend to use this as the front of my building, where it's a little bit narrower, but maybe you want a wider look for the front of your building. You can do whatever you like, but yeah, I'm going to make my front entrance this little bit where it sticks out. So we're going to make it stick out a little bit on each side. So on 2 sides, starting right in the middle, we're going to build 5 blocks in a line like that, and we'll put another 5 right here, and we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. And just for a bit of extra detail, I'm going to put polished andesite blocks in the corners. Now I want you to grab some stripped acacia logs, and we're going to place one right on the point of our sandstone here, and we're going to build each of these up until they are 10 blocks tall. Now, still using our acacia logs, we're going to place them in a pattern like this, and we're going to build all of these up to the exact same height as the others. Okay, now grab yourself some acacia doors, and we're going to be placing them in between the center 2 logs, and you want to place them from the inside just on top of that andesite block. Now this will be the front of my building here, but if you don't want doors on every single side, then I think what looks really good is just to put a bit of sea lantern behind the door and then replace that door with 2 trapdoors like that. And that looks really good. So we'll make it so we don't have a back door. I'll use the sea lanterns there. But we will have doors on every other side. So what we're going to do, I'll just build up one side, and it's exactly the same on all 4 sides, guys. So we're going to put an upside down acacia stairs right there with a chiseled quartz block on top. And at the height of the quartz block, we're going to build 2 acacia logs over like so. And then we're going to place 6 red mushroom blocks on top of the sandstone, so it's 1 block back from our acacia logs. And just do that all the way around, guys. Now you can grab your dried kelp blocks, and we're going to place 6 of them just on top of the acacia logs on each side. Now grab a bone block, and we're looking straight down at our chisel block. We're going to place 1 right there, with 2 sea lanterns on top. Now grab your acacia trapdoors, and we're going to flip them in like that so the dark bits are in the center, and also do that on the inside of your building. We're not doing an interior with this tutorial. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. So I told you it's just a big rectangle. This is pretty easy. Now on each side, I want you to grab your bone blocks again, and we're going to place 2 of them while we're looking down like that. And then you can just run 5 chiseled quartz blocks all the way along the top. Now I want you to grab some acacia stairs, and at the height of our chiseled blocks, we're going to put upside down acacia stairs against the logs. And we're also going to do it down here at the height of this chisel block. So we're going to be placing upside down stairs in exactly the same spot that we did up there. Now I want you to grab some acacia signs, and against this top bone block, we're going to place 5 signs all the way along there, just against the bone blocks, but against the acacia wood, we're going to place fences. So just run around doing that on each side. And that is our big rectangle complete. So now we're going to get to work on the tricky bits, and that's the roofs. So I want you to start with acacia fences, and in each corner of the building, what I want you to do is place a fence there, skip a block, fence, skip a block, and we're just doing this pattern like that. So do that in each corner, and then build all of these up 3 high. So now you have a bunch of poles running around your building, all 3 blocks tall. But what we're going to do now is we're going to connect them in each corner with acacia fence gates right at the top here. So that is what it'll look like on each side. So just run around and do that. Now we get to the super duper weird building block. We're using the cakes. And the reason I'm using a cake is because you can't really tell that it's a cake, but we do get that lovely pattern with the red and the white just on top of our pillars. I think it looks awesome. If you really can't be bothered making cakes, if you're building this in survival, then I guess you could just use acacia blocks. But we're going to run around placing a cake on every single fence and fence gate. You'll have to hold shift when you're placing them on the fence gates. Okay, now grab some acacia slabs, and I'll just show you this in one corner and you can copy it for the rest. We're going to place one in between the stairs right there, one there, and one here. Now we're going to cover up the top of the cakes. We're going to come out one from the top of that stair, place a temporary one there, one on the side, break it so you've got that little gap in the corner, and we're going to build this along till we get to the edge here. Same thing in this corner, temp one beside it, break that. We'll build this along, and then one connecting to the top of that stair. Okay, our cakes are looking super cool, but now what I want you to do is to come around to the 2 sides where our andesite is sticking out a bit. And we're going to build 2 more fence pillars, but these ones are going to be 4 fences tall. And when you're done, you can place an acacia slab on top. And now we want to come up on an angle with the slabs. So we'll have to place a temporary block right there, and we'll place a slab on the side. You can break that now. Just place a slab on each side of that, and then we're going to place one slab on the top, and you can break that one. And now we've got a nice little archway. Now with 2 acacia planks right below our trapdoors there, we're going to place them 1, 2, and then an acacia slab sticking out of the top of that block. So go ahead and do that on both sides. And now for the 2 sides that doesn't have the andesite sticking out, we're also going to do the little arch with the slabs. So just place a temporary one there, one on top, break the one below. Same thing on this side. And then to get this one, we'll just build out a little bit there, and you can break those behind. And then once again, grab your acacia planks, and just below your trapdoors, place a plank there. And then grab an acacia slab, and this time we're going to place it against the bottom half of that plank. So do that on the other side as well. Alrighty guys, now what we're going to do is we're going to make our roof come up in the corners just like that, looking super cool. So what I want you to do is come around to the side where our andesite is sticking out a little bit. And on each side here we're going to place 3 slabs right there at the same level as the ones behind them. And then right on the end here, we're going to place temporary one on top, and break it so it's coming up a little bit. And just on this side, we're going to do the same thing here. Temporary one on top, break the one below. Now we're going to have to place a couple of temporary blocks here so we can place our last slab coming up by one more, and we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, now I want you to grab your red sandstone walls, and just at this height, one block below our trapdoors there, we're going to place 4 on each side like so, and you can do that all the way around, so we're not placing one right in the corner, just the 4 on each side. Then in the corners, I want you to grab your dark prismarine, and we're going to place a block right in each corner connecting to our walls. Now on the two sides where we're coming out with the andesite, the roof's going to be one block longer. So right in front of the walls, we're going to place 4 more of these dark prismarine blocks. So that will just be on these two sides. And using dark prismarine slabs this time, right in the corners between our two dark prismarine blocks, we're going to place a slab down the bottom. Now you can just run your dark prismarine slabs all the way around the entire building in a single line like so. And this will cover up all our cakes, and when you are done, your roof should look like this. Okay, now we're ready for the second roof, the middle roof, and this one is much easier than that one there, and this one is perfectly symmetrical. So you can start off with your dark prismarine slabs, place one directly above your trapdoor there, and we're just going to run a single line of them all the way around the building. So now we're going to add some acacia slabs to this, and they are going to be one block lower than the dark prismarine. So what you can do is hold shift and place it against the top of that trapdoor there, and then build it out 4 more slabs on each side, so you've got 9 in total. And we're going to make them flick up in the corners. So come up one slab like so, one there as well, and then we'll probably have to place one out to the side. Yes, we do. Just like that. So run around and place those in each corner. Now we're going to do something a little bit funny with acacia trapdoors here. So what I want you to do is put your back to the building so you're looking away. And then we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 across the top like so, and that's also good. It'll stop mobs spawning up there. But on the very last ones, we're going to knock out the slab below it, then facing from this direction, holding shift, we're going to place another acacia trapdoor below it. So same on this side and same on all sides. Okay, now we're going to do the next roof, and it is 100% exactly the same as the one we just built. So to begin, grab your dark prismarine blocks and placing them on top of these upside down stairs, just run along and build your roof all the way around. And then the exact same thing with the acacia, it's going to start one block lower. So just copy that exact roof. So when you're done, you will be looking like that. See, exactly the same as the one below. Although there is one difference. What I want you to do is grab some acacia slabs and come underneath here, and in between the stairs at the top, we're going to place a few slabs like so. If you prefer it without the slabs, you can leave it like it is. If you want, it is entirely up to you. Okay, now look down to where your andesite is sticking out again. And on the same side that you have those 2 bits that stick out, I want you to grab some acacia trapdoors and run a line of them across the top of our quartz like so, but not right to the end. And we're going to do the exact same thing on this side as well. So facing toward the building as you're placing these. Now on the other sides right here, we're going to grab dark prismarine blocks and run them all the way along. Okay, so where we have our trapdoors at the front here, I want you to grab a couple of temporary blocks, and starting where these acacia pillars are, just build out 2 temporary blocks like so, and then on the second one we're going to build up 2 stripped acacia logs, and then you can break the blocks below and come around to this side, and directly in front we're going to place acacia slabs against the bottom of that block, but not all the way to the edges. So just 5 of them in total, and then acacia planks right on the end like so. Now grab some dried kelp. We're going to put 2 in the middle there, and then 1 there, and one there, and then some upside down acacia stairs against the top of those acacia logs. Now grab a temporary block, place it on top of one of those stairs, and then we'll place a sealant right there, and you can break the temporary block, and we'll put an acacia trapdoor underneath and then one against the front. Alrighty, so go ahead and do that on opposing sides of the building, just like so. And now we're going to put our roof on, so I want you to grab a dark prismarine block, and we're going to place one on top of the kelp block, and then come out one toward the front, so against that stair. Same on this side, and then on the very end, we're going to place a dark prismarine slab against the top of that block. Now you can place a slab on top of that acacia wood plank, and a slab out to the front, same here on this side. And you can see what we're doing, we're coming up on an angle. This time though, I want you to grab some dark prismarine stairs, and we're going to place one against that sealant like so, and again come out toward the front. Same on this side, one there, and then two dark prismarine slabs on top like so. So do that on the other side as well, and once you've done that, you'll be able to connect them. And once you've filled up the gap between the two bits of roof there, that is your building 100% complete, guys. The only other thing I do that I think is a nice little touch is I run a line of slabs all the way around the andesite here at the bottom. But once again, you don't have to use the stone brick slabs I'm using. Use whatever block you like. So thanks for watching, guys. I told you it was a very, very easy build. It is just getting all the funny materials, which makes it a bit difficult in survival. But leave me a like, guys, if you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see any more Japanese buildings. And I will see you next time.